By the 50th day, Adéwolé was still alive. His heart was still beating. His body was still warm. But his destiny had already been sold. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. 4 different men in his own village had each paid for a piece of his future. The first bought his destiny. The second bought his favor. The third bought his luck. The fourth wanted whatever was left. And none of them knew. They were bidding against each other. If you watched part 1, you already know Adéwolé left his Yoruba village to begin a new life overseas. Before he left, Iyamoremi warned him, "Hide your blessing until it becomes yours." But excitement is loud. Wisdom is usually quiet. Adéwolé announced his journey to the whole village. Days later, the nightmares began. Every morning at exactly 4:17, his nose bled. He heard talking drums that nobody else could hear. He forgot the faces of people he loved. He collapsed in London. Even the doctors admitted they could not explain what was happening to him. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Iyamoremi entered a forbidden shrine, determined to destroy the ritual pot holding his destiny. But inside, she found not 1 pot, not 2, not 3, 4 identical black pots. Every one of them carried Adéwolé's destiny. And just when she thought it couldn't get worse, a wealthy stranger walked into the shrine and revealed a truth that changed everything. Adéwolé's destiny had never belonged to one buyer. 4 different men had secretly paid to own his future. Tonight, you'll discover who they are, why they all chose Adéwolé, and whether a destiny can still be saved after 4 people have already claimed it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2. The shrine fell silent. Only the blue flame moved. It hissed softly, casting strange shadows across the mud walls. Iyamoremi stood frozen, her eyes fixed on the altar. 4 black pots, not 1, not 2, 4, each wrapped in black cloth, each marked with the same family symbol, Adéwolé's. Her breathing became shallow. No, this cannot be. She had come to destroy 1 pot. Now there were 4. Which one held the boy's destiny? Or did they all? Before she could move, the old wooden door creaked open. Someone was coming. Iyamoremi quickly slipped behind one of the carved wooden pillars. She held her breath. A wealthy man stepped inside. Black embroidered agbada, heavy coral beads, polished leather sandals. He removed his hood. Iyamoremi's eyes widened. The Baale, the village head, the same man who had blessed Adéwolé before the whole village. He walked calmly toward the altar. His face showed no fear, only expectation. He looked at the 4 pots. His confident smile slowly disappeared. His forehead tightened. What is this? There should only be 1. He stepped closer, touched nothing, simply stared. Then the shrine door creaked again. The Baale turned sharply. Another man entered, the village schoolmaster. His clothes were soaked from the heavy rain. He stopped the moment he saw the Baale. Neither man spoke. Neither expected the other. Finally, The schoolmaster broke the silence. Baale, the village head answered quietly. Schoolmaster. An uncomfortable silence followed. The schoolmaster forced a smile. I didn't know anyone else came here. The Baale replied calmly. Neither did I. Then both men looked toward the altar. 4 pots. The schoolmaster frowned. I was told there would only be one. So was I. Hidden behind the pillar, Iya Moremi felt her heart race. These men were not working together. They looked just as confused as she was. Then, the wind suddenly picked up outside. The shrine door burst open a 3rd time. A broad-shouldered man hurried inside. Olanrewaju, the richest moneylender in Aroko Ile. He carried a small leather pouch tightly against his chest. The moment he saw the other 2 men, he froze. His eyes moved slowly towards the altar. 4 black pots. His lips parted. No, this isn't right. Silence filled the shrine. 3 powerful men, 3 respected men, standing before 4 identical pots. None of them understood what they were looking at. The blue flame suddenly burned higher. The pots began humming, low, deep, like distant thunder beneath the earth. Then, a calm voice spoke from the darkness. So, the buyers have finally met. All 3 men spun around. Baba Arira sat quietly on his carved wooden stool. No one had seen him enter. It was as if he had always been there. His long white beard rested against his chest. His eyes reflected the blue fire. He smiled. Not warmly, knowingly. The Baale stepped forward. You brought us here? Baba Arira nodded once. I did. The schoolmaster frowned. What buyers? The old herbalist slowly pointed towards the altar. Those pots, they all belong to one young man. Silence. No one moved. No one breathed. Olarewaju laughed nervously. One young man? Baba Arira nodded. One destiny. The Baale shook his head. No, I paid for a young traveler. The schoolmaster spoke immediately. So did I. Olanrewaju looked from one face to another. His hands began to shake. So, we all bought the same person? Baba Arira smiled. You came separately. You each believed your secret was yours alone. You each believed you were the only one willing to pay. He leaned forward. But a bright destiny attracts many hungry eyes. Iya Moremi closed her eyes. The truth finally made sense. Chief Adio had opened the door. The others had simply walked through. Baba Arira looked towards the 4 pots. The transfer is almost complete. The boy has reached day 50. The deeper his life fades in London, the stronger your rewards become. No one spoke. The Baale slowly looked at the schoolmaster. The schoolmaster looked at Olanrewaju. None of them had planned this. None of them knew they had become partners in the same crime. The shrine trembled. The 4 black pots hummed louder. The blue flame climbed higher. No one spoke. Then, the old wooden door burst open. Cold rain rushed inside. A man stumbled through the entrance. Chief Adio. His cream and gold agbada was soaked. His breathing was heavy. In his hands, he carried a small bundle wrapped in white cloth. He walked straight to Baba Rira. I brought it, the boy's bath cloth. Baba Rira smiled. You came just in time. He placed the bundle before him. Only then he looked around. The Bale, the schoolmaster, Olarin Waju. Then his eyes fell on the altar. 4 black pots, every one marked with Adéwolé's family symbol. His face drained of color. No, this cannot be. Baba Rira laughed softly. A bright destiny attracts many buyers. You all came. You all paid. And tonight, you all receive your share. He lifted the white birth cloth. The blue flame roared. The final ritual begins. The 4 buyers slowly knelt. The 4 black pots began to glow. The shrine filled with a deep humming sound. Hidden behind the carved pillar, Iya Moremi closed her eyes. If that cloth entered the fire, Adéwolé would never find his way home. Thousands of miles away, London, exactly 4:17 a.m., Adéwolé suddenly sat upright. He couldn't breathe. Blood poured from his nose. Doctors rushed toward him. Duro shouted his name. The heart monitor screamed. Then, everything disappeared. The hospital, the doctors, the room. He was standing inside the marketplace again. The 4 black pots surrounded him. The talking drums grew louder. This time, someone stood across the market. His late father, dressed in spotless white Yoruba robes, calm, silent. Then, his father's voice echoed through the darkness. What did Iya Moremi tell you? Adéwolé froze. Then he remembered the old woman, the small cowrie, her warning. If darkness ever finds you, hold this and call your father's full name 7 times. His trembling hand reached underneath his sweater. The little cowrie was still there. He held it tightly, then whispered, Adelabu, Omo, Adikun. Once. Inside the shrine, 1 pot cracked. Crack! Everyone looked up. Baba Rira stopped chanting. Twice. Another crack. 3 times. The 3rd pot split. The blue flame began shrinking. The buyers exchanged frightened looks. Baba Rira's smile disappeared. No! Stop him! He shouted into the fire, but nobody in London could hear him. 4, 5, 6. The crack spread across all 4 pots. The shrine shook violently. The roof beams groaned. Dust fell from above. The buyers stumbled backwards. Fear replaced greed. Then, for the 7th time, Adéwolé called his father's name. Silence. Complete silence. A warm golden light filled the marketplace. His father's spirit stepped forward. He smiled, placed 1 gentle hand on Adéwolé's shoulder, then looked toward the shrine. Without raising a hand, without speaking another word, the blessing of a father reached what greed never could. Boom! All 4 black pots exploded at once. The blue flame vanished. The shrine shook like thunder. The bathcloth burst into golden light. The ritual was broken. The Bale screamed. The schoolmaster collapsed. Olarewaju cried out in terror. Everything they had stolen left them instantly. Chief Adio fell to his knees. Tears streamed down his face. The spirit looked at him. Only 1 sentence. I forgave you before my son ever knew. Then he disappeared forever. Back in London, the heart monitor suddenly steadied. Adéwolé gasped for air. The bleeding stopped. The color returned to his face. The doctors stared in disbelief. No one could explain it. Adéwolé opened his eyes. He smiled weakly at Duro. The market is closed. Months later, he recovered completely. He became successful, built a beautiful life. But the broken ritual had taken one final payment. He remembered London. He remembered his future. But his village was gone. Chief Adio, Iya Moremi, the Baale, even his childhood home, all of it faded like a forgotten dream. He never returned. Back in Arokoile, the 4 men lost everything. The Baale lost his title. The schoolmaster's family fell into disgrace. Olarewaju's wealth disappeared. Chief Adio's cocoa farms withered. Because what was never truly theirs always found its way home. The market never closes, but stolen destiny never stays stolen forever. The elders say, what belongs to you will reach you, but wisdom protects what destiny provides. Not every smiling face is celebrating your success, so let your blessings grow in silence until they become permanent. If this story touched you, please like this video, subscribe to African Tales by Ibe, and tell me in the comments, do you believe some blessings should remain private until they are fully yours? Share this story with someone preparing for a new journey. And remember, not everyone who waves at your departure is praying for your safe arrival.